My name is Kathy Enns. I'm a professor of strategy at Cornell University, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about strategy in the hospitality industry. To begin, let's take the word industry and see if we understand how to define an industry. Typically, an industry is a group of firms that are producing similar goods or services and are providing those to a particular market. When we say the word hospitality industry, that gets a little confusing because very often we're talking about a variety of sub-industries. Hospitality can include hotels, spas, resorts. It can include restaurants. It can include an array of meeting and convention services. In other words, the definition might include airlines or cruises, a wide variety of firms that are really producing goods and services for very different markets. So, to start out, what is the hospitality industry? It is a group of sub-industries. Those sub-industries are designed to provide goods and services. Now the question, perhaps the second question, is how does one understand the structure of an industry? Different hospitality industries or sub-industries are not all equally profitable. They don't have the same composition or structure. For example, some are more like oligopolies. An oligopoly is a few firms. Let's take the cruise industry. The cruise industry has two primary players that constitute over 60% of the market share. That means that that industry is highly concentrated. A highly concentrated industry is going to function very differently than a fragmented industry. Restaurants, for example, constitute a fragmented industry. Even hotels, if we take the two major players in the hotel industry and we look at their international market shares, the combination of both Marriott and Hilton, two of the largest players, is less than 8% of the entire number of players in the international market. So contrasting two players with over 60% market share and two players with under 10% market share, and you can already begin to see that the structure of these sub-industries in the industry are wildly different. Another interesting question when thinking about an industry is to ask yourself, what makes an industry attractive? There are a variety of things that make some industries or sub-industries more attractive than others. Let's start with the obvious. If there is a huge market potential, meaning a large customer base, then an industry is attractive. If there's opportunities for profitability, the industry is attractive. A high growth rate is absolutely important. And already we should stop and probably wonder, what is the growth rate of the industry in hospitality? One of the things we know is that a lot of hospitality sub-industries have actually low growth rates, under 5%. Attractive industries are those with few competitors, that are not heavily regulated, and that frequently have high barriers to entry. It's attractive with high barriers to entry because it means that it's more difficult for newcomers to enter, thus keeping the number of competitors small in number. In summary, we've defined an industry as a group of firms producing similar products, and we've raised the question, what makes an industry attractive? We've identified several things that make an industry attractive, and then we've raised the question, can firms be profitable in unattractive industries? Coming to the conclusion that they certainly can, we wrapped up with an observation that the boundary of an industry is also constantly in flux. So, the next time you hear someone talk about the hospitality industry, you know it means a great deal more than just one simple industry. It's defined by a complex set of sub-industries that have their own dynamics, their own levels of profitability, their own structures.